all that evidence, all the physical evidence that we can get, and put that into a compact presentation, which we should get to the United Nations as soon as possible. But we don't go to the Human Rights Commission, we go direct to the General Assembly, and we can do that through the Secretary General of the United Nations. I've been in touch with him in the last couple of weeks, advising of the wars that have been perpetrated against Aboriginal people. Whether we like it or not, we have been in a war since 1788. Since they came to Western Australia, you've been constantly in war. A lot of people ask the question, why is it that Aboriginal people keep being criminalised? It appears to me that no matter where you go, Aboriginal people in this country are criminalised from the day they are born. We're born a criminal according to the coffers, according to the states that govern us. And what we have to do is we have to change that level of thinking. And if they keep going, then we have to go. We have a right to object to this type of brutality, and we have a right to withdraw. And so, all I say is that we accept everything that's happened to us as part of a war campaign, continual war against our people. Have a look at the prisons around this country. In every part of this country, the prisons are full. In New South Wales, the state where I come from, the prisons are not only full, but they're now building new juvenile justice centres all over the country because there's no room to put all the black kids that they're arresting and picking up off the streets. So we've got a major problem in this country. So what I congratulate Rex on these stands and those who support Rex. What we need to do, Rex and Marianne and everyone else, I think all those who have now got a case and have got issues such as this here, let's put together a West Australian package that we can get out there to the rest of the world. Not just the United Nations, let's get it out to the world. Let's send this off to other countries. Let's have meetings with ambassadors and give that to them. You call the ambassadors here, you send that stuff to their country so that we show what sort of a country we live in. In fact, if you look at what's happening here in Western Australia in particular, Western Australia is following down the same path lines as racist South Africa. Now, one of the things that you have in this country, in this part of the world, we know that the Afrikaners who did not want to stay in a black-ruled nation, these people immigrated to Australia. Now, strangely enough, these Afrikaners, when they came to Australia, they did not come on South African passports. They came on British passports. They came to run when there's over 3 million Afrikaners who left South Africa to come to Australia to get away from black rule. And most of those, there's a very big proportion of them settled in Western Australia. And I understand that your Western Australian police force has a lot of Afrikaners who are part of the police force. So these people understand the brutality that you perpetrate against blacks because they've been doing it, they were raised to do it, they have a mentality to do it, and so don't be surprised that if you want to scratch the surface and you get some sort of government inquiry, that you will find that some of those police officers are descendants or not themselves, former police officers who badged and killed blacks in Africa and in South Africa. So what we need to do now is to put the pressure on them. And don't, you might have a small crowd here, but the thing is that there's a belief, there's a feeling, people know that there's something wrong, and it will happen. You keep going and we'll make it happen. Whether they like it or not, we will make it happen. We may be a small group of people, but by indeed, there's one thing that Rex quoted from the Bible. There's also another thing in the Bible. When they brought out the bloke called Goliath, they brought out a herdsman with a little Shanghai with one stone, and he brought down that man. And don't forget that can be repeated again. Yeah. And so what we need to do is that what you've done here and what's happening in Western Australia, there's another song by West Australian fellas that came out as well, From Little Things, Big Things Grow. And so what we need to do now is to keep pressing on. We're up against it, we are up against it, but never ever let the spirit of our people die, because we will get there. And it may take a long time, but brother, lead the way. A lot of people are leading the way, a lot of people are starting to follow, a lot of people starting to believe. And when people believe, we can achieve. And that's the main thing that we need to do, is never lose our belief that we can live. Okay.